Hi, Claire. Good morning.
Hi, Amelia. Lovely to see you.
So lovely to see you. We'll jump straight in, Claire. I've known you for absolutely ages, but do you want to tell the people that are listening a little bit about you and your sort of journey into legacy fundraising?
Yeah. Okay. Very first time I met you way back when, I was thinking about this actually, and it was probably about 5 or 6 years ago. And my background, I used to work in marketing and advertising in the commercial sector. Then my life changed massively back in 2012 when I helped a friend set up a charity. And I just thought, oh, marketing, PR, that's fine. I can help give that a push. And at that stage, completely wet behind the ears and didn't really know that much about fundraising, but ended up fundraising for a year for a new charity and kind of just did everything without knowing the different silos and the different roles and all the rest of it. Did that for a year, absolutely fantastic, and the charity launched, and that my job was done in that regard. And then I thought, oh great, I'll go back into marketing and advertising, and I did, but I really missed that sense of actually achieving something for good. So I came to you to say, Amelia, I want to go back and learn how to do charity stuff properly and get me a role, and you got me more than one role. So thank you for that. And I did some membership, I did some individual giving, and all kinds of different things in different charities. But legacies always tended to kind of find their way to me. I'm quite good at talking, and so I'd be quite happy to speak to supporters, and I'd be put out there to kind of, oh, you go and speak to them. And then legacies was always a bit of an add-on. Now, I'm really passionate about the fact that legacies now have gone up higher on the agenda, and instead of being an add-on, they're very much seen as the amazing gift that they can be. So I've gravitated towards legacies as a thing, and what I really hope is that some of the digital tools that I've been involved in developing can actually help other legacy fundraisers.
Amazing. So I'm just going to kind of tell everybody why we're having this chat, because you told me about this amazing new thing that you're involved with, and I was like, oh my God, people need to know about this. This is amazing. Let's have a chat and record it so people can hear straight from you rather than sort of second hand from me. So do you want to tell us a little bit about Charity Intentions, Claire? What's it all about and why you chose to create it?
Okay. Well, first of all, I've had a lot of help. It's not just been me. So great big nod to the actual people that did all the do. But yeah, last year I started doing some talks on legacy fundraising because it was something that I'd become increasingly knowledgeable about and passionate about. And I was asked to do a talk for Wilmington PLC's Legacy Summit, and it was right in the middle of just before COVID. I'd committed to do it, and I was going to talk about legacy strategy and messages and all the rest of it. Anyway, COVID happened, and there was a break, and then the actual summit went on in November instead. But instead of talking about strategy, they asked me to talk about what kind of digital innovations there were for legacy fundraising. And to be perfectly honest, it really made me scratch my head because there hadn't been that many digital tools that I was aware of developed specifically for legacy fundraisers. Now, the biggest challenge for a legacy fundraiser is there is a gap in time between you producing your messages and your marketing and going and telling your audience, and then them actually going to a third party to write a will, whether it's an online will writer or a solicitor or whether they do it themselves. And then them actually dying and you getting that notification. Time lag can be between 2 and 20 years. So you don't really know, your sort of success rate. So a lot of organisations will ask you to gather information on pledges and intentions, but that relies upon you going and having a conversation with somebody who's going to leave you a gift in a will, and then them actually responding to you. And you can send out leaflets, you can send out letters with tick boxes, and that's all okay. But if you think of it from the supporter's perspective, they've given you a gift in their will, so they've done their thing. Do they really need to let the current fundraising staff of a charity know that they've done that? And if there isn't an incentive, then how can we make it easier for them to tell us so that we can then report back on our success? And that was my starting point for Charity Intentions. Now, I'd done some in-memory fundraising and visual fundraising as part of that. So having a visual page where you invite somebody to make a donation, upload a photo of a loved one, and give a reason why you're supporting the cause in memory or in celebration of that individual. So I went to Ema, who power some amazing fundraising tools, and actually said to them, look, you know, I've got this problem as a legacy fundraiser. Do you think that you could apply the similar kind of approach that you do for in-memory fundraising with your visual fundraising? But instead of a donation, could we gather pledges? And Charity Intentions evolved really on the back of a number of conversations with the great team at Minted Box, who then helped to develop Charity Intentions. I'm going to say for me, but it's not really for me, it's for everybody that's a legacy fundraiser. So that was the origin of it, and things have really moved on, and Charity Intentions is up and running now. It's a lot more than just a page. There's a lot of data gathering and a lot of other whistles and bells as part of the actual platform. And then it's also linked to some donation tools as well. So it's part of a whole suite of fundraising solutions designed specifically for fundraisers in mind.
This is why I got so excited when we first spoke, because I've never seen anything like this in the market. And I suppose that's where you've seen the gap. Who would you say this is suitable for, Claire? Who might want to get involved with Charity Intentions?
Do you know what? There's 166,000 charities in the UK alone, and I think it's applicable to everybody. To be honest, it's both ends of the spectrum. If you're a small charity, and I've spoken to quite a lot as we've been doing research and bringing people on board, and you just know that, you know, the 3.6 million estimated funds that are going to come in through gifts in wills in the UK again alone this year, it would be game changer for a small charity to receive a small proportion of that. But they don't have any kind of legacy messages at all. Charity Intentions is great because you get a couple of pages that look like your charity and contain a place for you to put all your legacy messages, including a really nice animation at no extra cost to kind of have a real impact. Then you've got a page where people can donate, and then for the fundraiser there's some information about the people who actually choose to care about you. So if you're very small and you've just got nothing, then Charity Intentions applies. If you're very large and would like a place to contain all your legacy messages, that big advert that you've just paid for, or all your other communications, or you just want to connect more directly with your legacy community, then it applies for that too. So it's designed for all charities in the UK, and we're really excited that the people that have expressed an interest already come from both ends of the spectrum. So I think it's a very good solution, and I think as well it's evolving towards being part of a broader fundraising strategy. One of the things that I find is that a legacy message, it's not a standalone message. So if you offer that as an option, if you're doing an event, or if you're doing an appeal, or if you're doing any kind of communication about your charity, if you have that drip feed of a legacy message too, then it's just better for your organisation to be like that. And that's why Charity Intentions is part of a suite of other fundraising tools.
This is why I wanted to have this chat, because it's quite an unusual thing that we're doing. I've never actually done this before, where we've seen a product or seen something somebody's doing and thought, let's do a recording about it. What if somebody wants to get a slice of the action, Claire? How do they get in touch with you? What's the next step?
Well, we've got charityintentions.com is a website, and there's a very easy form to fill to say register an interest or book a demo. There's some videos on the site actually already that kind of give you a bit of an idea before you actually want to come to us, or the email address is hello@charityintentions.com. and the lovely team. We've got Rosie and Sarah, who are more than happy to reply. I'm a legacy consultant for Charity Intentions. I'm really proud to have had a kind of a hand in the steer of the development, but I'm not a developer. I'm an independent legacy fundraising consultant. This is just a project that is really close to my heart. So if you do get involved, then you do get to pick my brains too. But it's very much the tech has been developed by Minted Box and Ema Fundraising, and they've just been creating some fantastic things for over 10 years. So it's not, whilst it's a new product, it's born out of the technology of real expertise.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Claire. And what I'll do is, before we kind of post this out anywhere, I'll make sure that I've got all your contact details wherever we're posting. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Amelia. And it's lovely to see you. I hope we do get to have a coffee again in real time sometime.
100%.
Thank you.
Take care, Claire. Bye.
Bye.